To learn new things and to try new things and to continue doing it until I can learn it as much as I can.
That sounds really rehearsed. Sounds like you were ready to tell me that, weren't you?
I love to do ELA because it tells us different stories. Some of them I like, some of them they're fairy tales, and some of them they could be real and that are very interesting.
And how does that make you feel when you're doing ELA?
It feels like the story, it's going into my mind and going through my imagination.
Helps make me love ELA because
My teacher helps me love ELA because she helps me when I need help reading. She makes it seem like it's in my imagination. Every time we read like a little Journeys book story, she always gave us Post-its so we could summarize the story on each 2 pages, and that helped me get my reading much better and my summarizing better.
Okay.
Some of them were funny. They made learning fun. They actually made jokes about stories. And on like the chalkboard, he used to draw like faces and stuff on like people that he drew and named it one of the kids inside the class. And it was funny, and gave them like a mustache or a beard.
So, was your teacher all about being funny, or?
No. Well, when it was up to learning, he was very serious. And whenever he'd be serious, I always used to get scared because I'm not used to that teacher. But then after a while, I got used to it. I liked it, but I didn't really like it.
Okay, why?
Because when the teacher was serious, I thought that he was gonna get mad if I asked him a question, or he would get mad if I just raised my hand to ask to do something.
Did that happen?
No.
Okay, so what happened when you kind of realized that that wasn't going to happen, when you got a little more comfortable?
When I got a little more comfortable, I was like, oh, wow, he actually is nice when he's serious, but he's still serious.
So tell me why.
Because he actually helps, he actually talks, and he talks about how he tries to help us, and when like some kids don't listen, he just takes them inside a separate room and talks to them and stuff. Well, to have this teacher, it will be very fun, but try not to get on his nerves. Because if you do, you're going to get your card flipped, and then after 3 times, he's going to call your parents and you're going to have detention for the rest of the week. And plus, he's going to be funny, so you might expect it. Like, I always wanted to go from class to class, and it's better to have different teachers instead of one simple teacher, because like the one simple teacher is going to tell us what they know. Because if we have like 2 periods of ELA, except it's 2 different teachers, they could teach us 2 different things that they learned in school, or 2 math teachers. My 1st and 2nd grade teacher, Mr. Bispalina, he actually inspired me to learn and get more better with my math, ELA, and science. So he is actually the best teacher I ever had. And plus, I had him for 2 years, so.
Tell me why, though. Why was he the best teacher?
Because he actually explained to us lessons instead of like, just teachers that just want to teach the kids. He like says, if you want to do this, you have to do blah, 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 blah. But some teachers that I heard of just say, if you want to do this, just do this. But he actually explains it. because my principal, she actually helped me get ready for college and get a scholarship.
How's that?
Good scholarship. I got my scholarship in Latin Roots.
Tell me the story about that.
Okay, one day she said, let's have a Latin Root contest. And I was like in 3rd grade. And at first I was saying, who knows their Latin roots right now? Then I saw some kids just come up and guess. They got a lot right. And I was like, wow, I want to be one of them. So then in 4th grade, I started to practice, and then I became one of the scholars.
Very nice.
The most fun thing I had in the classroom was actually playing board games when, like, at the end of the day. And she actually helped us by buying board games that actually helps us learn. Like, well, she bought some board games just for fun, like Sorry, but for some reason Sorry told me that if they knock you down, you just go bring yourself back up and do it again. Because when you fall down, you always get back up. And when you fall down, you never stay down. Because if you stay down, to me, I think it means that I'm gonna fail. In 2nd grade, I had a problem with writing. So then my teacher actually helped me with my writing, his little writing journal or whatever, and like mini Halloween stories and stuff. And that actually got me much better in my writing. I felt more confident in that I was able to write anything. So then like a few years ago, I wrote this book about like a girl being adopted, and I only wrote like 4 pages of it. But the 4th grade, I started to continue the book. Then I wrote like a chapter.
Wow.
Yeah, and a lot of people tell me that I have a very active imagination. In 2nd grade, like, I used to mix things up. I used to mix like bunnies with dogs and put it together. But then some stories were about like Martin Luther King. I used to get confused and like write the wrong story and like mess up my writing, and my writing was very short. But now my writing is longer, more imaginative, and when it's about a biography, I actually look back inside the book and summarize it, and or go home if we're able to take it home, go on YouTube and like not copy what the person said, but like look up something about that person and like make it into my own words. I'll say thank you for all the hard work you did to teach me and my fellow classmates, and I hope you continue doing that for all the years you continue to teach. And when you retire, please call me.